think, how do I want to start this off? Today's episode is going to be iconic. Why, do you ask? Because we have an icon on the show today. We have a LA native, which is already iconic. There's so many transplants. We have a mogul. She is a business woman. She is beauty personified. She is that girl. She's one of one, and I cannot wait for us to dive in. Y'all make some noise for the beautiful Miss Maxie J. Maxie J.
Hi, sis.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
We're so honored to have you on the PK Pod. So most people think that the PK Pod is just for PKs, but it's for our PKs, our CKs, which are our church kids, and for all people of faith, because we all have platforms, but they may not be the pulpit.
Right.
So we like to highlight extraordinary individuals from different backgrounds and industries to encourage our listeners that we can all be who we are. God created us to be if we just tap in.
Absolutely.
So we're going to tap into your story and your journey and just find out more about how we got to this mogul that I'm looking at right now, and all of the things. So childhood, like, did we grow up in church? Was church a part of our childhood foundation, or is that something that you discovered along the way?
Well, I actually am a PK. My dad is a pastor. Yeah, he's retired now. He's almost 80 at this point. But yeah, he owned churches my entire life. So yes, I grew up in the church.
Okay.
And he was a pastor for 35 years. So, you know, it's like, I always say my dad reminds me of T.D. Jakes. Mm-hmm. When I listen to T.D. Jakes preach, he reminds me of my father so much. In my father's perfect world, I'll be another Sarah Jakes. I'll be out here, you know, preaching too. But I decided to do fashion for a living. However, I still I tell my journey, and I always lead with my faith first, because I really do believe that no matter how qualified and talented you may be, if God cannot trust you with the level of success you're working so hard for, then it just will not happen for you. I truly believe that. And even me, you know, growing up in church, it's like, you know, I still was a young adult becoming and growing into myself. And I've always kept God at the forefront. But when I started experiencing trial and tribulation, that thing brought me like this to God. I was like this to God, but like that.
Then it was bestie God.
Yeah, exactly. God became that bestie, and not just something that I knew that I had to, you know, that I was raised to acknowledge and praise. But it's like I started to really, really build my own relationship with God when I got into entrepreneurship. But like as a child, like I've always been into fashion. I've been winning best dress since I was in junior high school.
Wow.
Yeah. And most popular, unfortunately, since junior high school as well. Well, fortunately and unfortunately, it has its pros and its cons.
Yeah.
But I've always been that faith girl, because my mommy also is Christian and my dad was a PK. So my mom they've been divorced since I was 7. So they were married at a point. So she was a pastor's wife at a point.
Wow.
But she still always stayed in her faith as well, even once they divorced. So no matter whose household I was at for the weekend or the week, I was always in the church. And even as I grew up as an adult and was able to choose my own faith walk, I still always just chose to stay close to God. I feel like if there was, like, why question it? I always say that, like, if it's been working for me all my life, I'm not going to go look up nothing, research nothing, who wrote the Bible originally, Listen, it's been working for me just fine all this time.
Hello, hi.
I am not even interested I'm not even interested in anything else. Like, I know God is real. He's worked too many miracles in my life for it not to be. It's impossible. Like, it's impossible for him not to be. So yeah, God has always been at the forefront, even since a child.
I love that. Okay, so you and bestie God.
Yeah, we are besties. I'm talking about locked in. We are locked in.
Y'all locked in since childhood era. You went in best dress. You went in Miss Popular. So when did you know, like, okay, me and fashion, we go together?
Oh, real bad. Yeah. So my first initial passion was dance. I was in modern jazz, hip hop, tap, all the things as a child. And I just knew I was going to be the next Debbie Allen, baby. You cannot tell me I was going to be that next. You cannot tell me I was going to be the next baby Debbie Allen. And as I got older, I will never forget, I was sitting at my desk I was working a 9 to 5. I worked for eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for rent.com. It was owned by eBay at the time. Rent.com was an apartment finding website in the building department. And I worked there for 6 years.
Wow.
I didn't stop working there until I was about 27. I've been having a job since I was 17. So I've always had this ambitions and this hustle since I was young. And I remember sitting there and I watched a YouTube of Steve Harvey.
Wow.
And he talked about the difference between being gifted and passionate about something, being gifted at something versus being passionate about something.
Mm-hmm.
And that short clip hit me like a ton of bricks. When he describes being gifted at something, he's like, your gift is the thing that you do with the least amount of effort to your best ability and you're still exceptional at it. That's your gift.
Yeah.
And then there's things that you are passionate about, but it doesn't always mean that you are amazing at that thing just because you like it a lot, right? And I have been training since I was 7 years old. And I could still, to this day, only do 2 fortes and not 3. And I was training all them years. And then people was cutting me up in them auditions. I'm just like, okay, so plie. I was trying over and over again, baby, and it was still 2 turns every time. And I'm like, but then when it came to fashion, I'm like, my friends have been asking me to revamp their dresses and their outfits. I was turning jackets into dresses and T-shirts into dresses and like cutting. I don't know if you remember back in I don't know if this was before your time, but back in the day, it used to be a party called the T-shirt, the white tee party. And y'all remember that? Yep, in my T-shirt. Yeah. Yep. So I used to turn T-shirts into all kinds of things: dresses, 2-piece, a top, a crop top with a skirt, a skirt with a slit. I mean, the T-shirt was T-shirting, okay? And I was literally always designing outfits for my friends to look different and to stand out at a white tea party because everybody is wearing white T-shirts. I'm like, well, what can we do to look different? We would take men's T-shirts and I would just cut them up and make all kind of outfits out of them. Wow. And that used to come so easy to me. That was not even something I even had to think that hard about. And I was always really, really, really good at it. And all my friends, every time they would get dressed and everything, they would always call me for my advice on like what to wear, what should they put with this and da. So when I was listening to this message, I'm literally like thinking about the things that I'm actually really good at versus the things that I just happen to really, really like. And I'm like, I think I'm a good dancer, but like, can I outdance Beyonce? It's not giving that. Let me have that real conversation with myself. Okay, got it. So that's the thing I'm actually passionate about, not necessarily gifted. And then the other thing that I actually really like was actually my gift. That was the thing that I can do really, really well, even with bare minimum effort. So that's how I realized like, oh, fashion, that's my thing.
That's your jam.
Yeah, that's my jam.
And then came LA Lisque. Like, like the origin story. Like, when did you know what? No. This is a brand.
Yeah.
This is a moment. Like, we got to tap in.
Absolutely. So I would style my friends and stuff all the time. And I will always be in the malls like, it's so whack in here. It's like, this is what these people think. Like, I just wish that this was like that. And then that was like this. This would have been really cute if this was like that. And I will always have that epiphany when I would be out trying to help my friends style them for events and stuff like that. And I was just like, I wish I could make my own clothes. And then God, because I hate when people say something told me it wasn't something.
It wasn't something.
Yes, it wasn't something. Like, what is something? Who is something?
Yeah.
God told me, like, you can make your own clothes. And it literally was like a light switch went off. And I'm like, I literally Googled how to start a clothing line on my phone, like literally. And not even 2 weeks later, I was getting laid off by my job.
Wow.
And I was there for 6 years, so I was getting a severance of $10,000. And I had a choice to either put that in a savings account, go get another job, or invest that into a clothing line and just sign up for unemployment. And I'm like, I'm going to invest in my clothing line. My mom's like, yeah, no, you need to go get a job and do that on the side. I'm like, no, I think I want to do this full time. And I actually did not qualify for unemployment because of my severance. So I literally just really had to believe that God was going to meet my efforts because I'm about to bet my whole little coin on this journey. And literally, I'm like, I had a little bit of savings though. You know, I did have a savings that I was able to live off of for a couple months. And it took me 3 months to launch the business. And from month 1, I made $5,000, which was more than I made in a month at my job ever. And I worked there for 6 years. So I'm
Month
like,
one, 5K?
Yes, 5,000. Yeah, my first year of business, I did 250,000 in sales. My first year. Now I was broke. Now I only had $500 in the account, but that doesn't mean that it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't mean I wasn't on to something. And that's what my mother said, which was interesting. My mom had took me to get my taxes done for my first year. And she was drinking coffee. I was drinking some tea. And the man was like, he's doing the numbers. He clicking and clacking. He was like, okay, Maxie, well, looks like you brought in about 250K this year. And my mom said, but she spit her coffee out. She said, who made 250? I said, who made 250? I got $500.
The math is not math.
The math is not math, sweetie. And God rest his soul because he passed away. But he literally was like, well, Maxie, at least you know you have something that works. Now you need to figure out how to make it profitable. And even my mom, who was the person that was discouraging me at first, I was like, wow, Maxie, I'm proud of you. You have something that works. Now you have to figure out how to make it profitable. And I was like, wow.
Do you feel like that's the biggest thing that most business owners struggle with is
100%.
Going from what works to making it profitable?
Yes. Or I think that in the beginning as a creative, you're so caught up in the creative part that you don't understand how important the business part of it is. That was my hurdle, that I'm like, I have to use the best of this and I have to use this and I have to use that. And it's like, I'm still that way, but I'm still very cautious of my margins. So it's like, I won't even put out the dress if it's going to cost me too much to make it because it has to be profitable. But back when I first was started, I didn't care how much it cost me. Even if I had to take a cut on my margin, I'm putting it out because it's beautiful and it's amazing and it was made with real silk and it has feathers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, okay, girl, well, there's other kind of silks out there that's not as expensive. You know, it's just ways to make sure that you still are putting out quality, but watching your margins. And I just didn't know how to do that in the beginning.
Wow. Oh, but you mastered it now, honey.
I mastered it now.
Because we done went from 6 figures to 7 to 8 to beyond. And 10 years and counting still.
Yeah.
Like, Maxie, you killing it.
Thank you.
No, like.
Thank you. We're at 7 figures. We're working towards 8. That's where me and God.
Well, me and God
working on that. But we are speaking into
in
existence.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
All 2026. Because,
and that's the goal. So thank you, sis. Thanks for speaking.
Like, honestly, this is amazing.
Thank you.
And I think one of the things that I really love about your brand is like, I can go there and find something that don't nobody got.
Absolutely. And I pride myself on that. So thank you for also saying that.
No, for real. Like, not a lot of brands want to be unique or different.
Yeah. They're scared, which I understand because sometimes when you step out too far, it's ahead of people's comprehension of where fashion is going and you can possibly not sell it. You know what I'm saying? So you try to play it safe where it's like, I need to put out what I know people are going to buy. But then like, you know, that now puts you in the same lane as all of your competitors. And then when you're in a industry like mine that's very saturated, you got to be okay with gambling a little bit and putting out things that maybe might not be the most popular. But the girls will get it. The girls who gets it.
It's a reward in taking the risk.
Absolutely. Like, it's definitely a reward in taking the risk.
It's literally a reward.
And it's all about the marketing. You know, you might be stepping out on the edge, but if you market it right, the girls will catch you.
Yeah, for sure. So you had a storefront.
Yes.
And then
I had 2 of them.
You had 2 storefronts. One on Melrose.
They were both on Melrose.
Were literally prime real estate.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're not from LA, let me just school you. If you ever have a store on Melrose, you are literally that girl.
You made it from where we
made
from.
it literally like, that is like the Madison Square Garden. For LA business owners.
Yeah.
You had 2 storefronts on Melrose.
They whipped my butt too. Wow. Girl, they whipped my tail. That's probably the most, like, I would say the hardest season of my business was when I had those stores.
What made it challenging?
Well, my first one did amazing, and it was much smaller, and it did really good, and that's what made me open up the second one. That was only up the street because we were falling out of the store because we were selling so fast and replenishing so fast that the store was starting to look too crowded, and it wasn't looking like a store anymore. It's now looking like storage. That's
Yeah.
what it was starting to give. And I was like, I need space. And I need it quickly. My first year there was amazing. I went up the street, only like 4 blocks up the street. And it was still on Melrose, and it was huge. It was 3 times the size, double the overhead. And I'm like, I'm taking it. I need the space. I know I'm going to be able to make the money. God, please me, my efforts like you've been doing all my career. We're going to get this. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
And I get down there and it is crickets. The foot traffic on that end of Melrose was very slow, much slower than my first store. I was not experienced. I was only 3 years in the business when I did do that expansion.
Wow.
And I did not know in retail how important your surroundings are and like who your neighbors are. And if you guys can piggyback off each other's foot traffic and all the things. I didn't even know to look into that. I was looking at the store size.
Wow.
And I literally dumped my entire savings into that store. I believe I spent like $150,000 on that store. And it was beautiful. It looked like a Nordstrom's in that thing. And I was very proud of it. And it was also like my biggest mistake that I made in my business. I expanded too quickly. So I didn't realize how important it was that like sometimes your business might go through a season, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's your new norm. And you got to give it more than just a year to know that that's your new norm or not. And I didn't do that. I actually didn't even give it a full year. It took me 3 months to open up the store. So I really went in like 8-9 months. You know, it's like 8 months is when I started to expand. I didn't even give it a full year, child. I was like, oh, gotta go. We falling out of here. We got to go up the street now with all the things that don't complement the business. Yeah, that's where I went. So I went there, I opened it, and I went from being able to like, you know, have a small team. I had 2 employees working for me at my last store to just me working by myself. I was doing everything, shopping for the store, the customer service, helping the customers try it on, checking the customers out. And mind you, the store was like 3,000 square feet. So every time I was in the back of that store helping a customer try on, I just knew I was getting robbed blind. I just knew it. I'm like, I got nobody up there watching the store, child. It is stressful. And the sales had dropped drastically in half, and my overhead was double. So I was literally I was making $22K a month, but my overhead was $25,000 a month. So every month I was in the red. Every month I was in the red. And I was just like, it had got so bad that I was working myself to death, literally. Like I'm like getting emotional because that was a crazy season. I was working so hard. I was like losing mad weight. I could not even afford to like eat. I was choosing like inventory over like food. Yeah, I was busting my little tail, child, to where I was like putting myself in a hospital and everything. And at that point, I was like, okay, I have to make a choice. I either can walk away from this and try again, or I can keep working myself to death. And then I probably won't be able to be here to do what I want to do for my family. Because my whole reason why I wanted to be successful was to retire my parents. That was my entire reason. Like, yes, I love nice things and all the things, but my initial goal was to take my mom away from that paralegal job and to assist my dad. My dad is, he was already retired, but he was in the Army. So he was getting very minimal like money to where he had to move all the way to the Philippines to be able to afford to have a decent life. Wow. I was like, I have to help him. I have to retire my mom. Like she hates it at her job. Like that was my goal. So I'm like, I have to try again. But I was really scared to walk away from it because I invested so much. Yeah. And I really didn't see how I was going to shake it back because I ain't had no money no more. Yeah. So I was like, God, this is where I really need you to show up now. Right. And,
bestie guys, ring, ring, ring. Hello, hi, it's me. It's your girl.
Yeah. Literally. And my father, oh my God, he was like my man. He was my knight in shining armor. And he would always motivate me through my hardships and remind me that God has never taken his hands off of my life. And my dad would say, Maxie, I don't care how hard it is, you better sit Indian style in the middle of that floor and somebody better drag you out of there before you give up. Like, just don't give up. He always used to tell me that his biggest regret was giving up on his churches and not trying again when he lost them. So he's like, if I could have done anything differently, I would have tried again and again and again until I got it right. And I'm like, Okay, Dad. And that's literally what happened. I was in the middle.
That's a word, because I'm over here like, woo. That's a word.
All of it is hard, you know, like being broke is hard, you know, having money is hard. If everything's hard, you might as well choose the one that makes, you know, at least you can go to the spa when you're having a bad day, or, you know, go on a little shopping spree or a little one too.
Get a little caviar,
get a little caviar, a little chicken or something. When things, because all of it is hard.
All of it's hard.
You know
what
I mean? And so that's pretty much that's what happened. So I did end up losing the store.
Yeah.
I was in 2019, and I moved all my dresses to my living room in my house. And I turned my car in, and I was walking, literally taking my packages that I was still being able to sell online. I was walking them to the nearest post office. I didn't have no car. And I was just like, God, I really, really need you to meet me somewhere, as I am discouraged and I am worn out and I am whooped, but I'm determined. Like, I'm not, I was like, my dad told me not to give up, so I'm not giving up. So literally, eventually, one of my manufacturers that I was working with, I literally had all of 2 weeks to figure this thing out. I said, ooh, them bills are still the same, baby. You know what I'm saying? The bills are still there. Honey.
Let me find out Sally Mae calling you just like she calling me. Because what is happening?
Exactly. I said, listen, I was talking to one of my manufacturers that lived in Turkey, Istanbul. And I was like, I have 2 weeks to design a collection, flip it, and sell it, because my bills are due and I don't have any other way to make money. This is all I know.
Wow.
And he was like, okay. I was like, well, matter of fact, I'm going to just come there. Now, mind you, I had all of $5,000 in my bank account. My bills was over $20,000. So I'm like, I literally taking my last to go down here and make some shit. I don't even know what I'm about to do when I get down. I don't even have enough money to even give you, man, sir. I'm like, I don't even got the money to give you for the collection, but we coming down here and God gonna help us figure it out. Like, so, use my charismatic personality, bat these lashes, something. Got to shake. So I'm like
hello, hi.
So I pay you like 2 weeks or no? Like, I was just trying to see. So literally, that's what I did. I took what I had, and I was a firm believer that if I just take what I have, God will meet my efforts. And I took what I had, and I flew my butt down there, economy, so sitting between 5 different people, child, back hurting and all of that, on a 12-hour flight away. Stayed at a hotel, nothing fancy, and I designed a collection. We made samples. I had definitely had enough money for samples. And when he came to bring me my last round of samples, he himself looked a little whoops, like his little hair, you know, because he wears his hair a little swoop, and that was like hanging off, and he was wet, his shoes was wet, everything. I was like, did you run here? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay? And he still, to this day, cannot lie. He's Muslim, and he's just like, I must tell you the truth. I'm losing everything. I said, you too? Sit down, child. Let's talk. Let's figure it out, baby. Okay, so he's telling me his thing. I'm telling him mine. I was like, well, let's partner. I'm like, I know there's a demand for manufacturers that are trusted, that you can trust, and that are lower cost. Because, you know, at first I was manufacturing in the States, and it was very expensive to do. One of the things that I did to widen my margins was start to manufacture overseas. And I was just taking my chances on people. Most people are scared to do that. You don't know where your money is going, all the things. I just took my chances on this man. He had all of 30 followers on Instagram. I was like, well, FaceTime me, let me see a factory. As long as I see a factory, we're going to do some business. And that's what happened. And literally he's like, okay, well, partner. I was like, okay, cool. We literally just shook on it. So I said, I paused my business and I had him take me down to his factory. I marketed to my audience that I can help you start a brand. And since I'm trusted and people know I'm not going to, people know I'm a stand-up person. Like, I do right by people. I don't play around with people's money. In 1 week, I made $50,000 and started with 10 clients. I had 10 clients starting small collections, and we did that for a couple months. I saved my money up. I stopped manufacturing for other brands, and I relaunched LA Let's Gay in 2020. Yeah, in September of 2020, I relaunched the brand. And from September to December, I made $400,000, which was double than what I would have ever made in a whole year. Wow. And ever since then, we just been up and up, and now we're making $300,000 a month. Yeah.
What in the Lady Gaga?
What in the Lady Gaga?
Maxie, there was so many gems in that. Like, you're going all the way to your manufacturer thinking like, okay, I need your help. When in all actuality, he needed your help.
Yeah. And we helped each other. It was really, we started out with 5 employees and then we grew it to like 30.
That's how you know it's God ordained.
Yeah.
Like he'll literally put you in a position where you are being a blessing to somebody and you don't even realize it in your time of need.
Exactly. And and baby, me and that one has been through it. That's been a journey all by itself. And that's a story for another time because I've been bored, y'all, with all the stuff that's happened with that. But that was tough too. You know, it was a lot of language barriers that was happening, misunderstandings, trust issues. I didn't trust him at time. He didn't trust me at time. We didn't have no contract. We literally just trying. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have no options but each other. And that was in 2019 is when we met, and we still working together to this day. Now our work relationship has fluctuated, you know what I'm saying, over the years. Over like 2 years ago, we had stopped working together. I walked away from the factory because it was just too much drama. We started working together about a year ago, and it's been a little bit more healthier, you know what I mean? But I no longer have all my eggs in one basket too. I've also learned that, you know, with that situation, that like just in case you and a business partner or somebody that you are hiring to run your manufacturing facility, if it doesn't work out or if it's not going your way, you need to be able to have a plan B, C's, and D's. And I only had a plan A. Yeah. So I had to take some losses with that too when I decided to walk away from that. And I wanted my peace more than the business. And it took me several months to get other manufacturers to work with me at the capacity that I was used to operating at with my own factory. He went through some things, lost some things, and he ended up coming back like, you know what? I feel like the devil came between us a couple of years ago, and I really want to try this again. And he apologized, and I gave him another chance. But this time, he's not my only, manufacturing facility. I work with several. It's the only one that I own myself, but I actually work with several just in case for several reasons. Not even just if business doesn't go my way, but Turkey has holidays when China doesn't, and Pakistan has holidays when Turkey doesn't, and so on and so on. So I can always be able to operate no matter who's on holiday and who's not. And so that situation taught me that as well.
And that's why she's the mogul boss that she is. Because didn't nobody think about that but you, Maxie. So how do we get the money to flow 365 with no delays?
Right.
Yeah. Let me diversify. We love it. We love that for you.
Thank you, sis.
And so you just had your 10-year anniversary, this major fashion show, which everybody wanted to be there. All the who's were there. Yeah. I mean, you had the Combs twins in the LLSK, and they looked like little young
down,
ladies.
Baby.
I said, let me find out.
Oh yeah, they're grown. I remember when my best friend Simone is like family to them, and that was who connected me to them for them to walk in my show. And I was like, yeah, can you get the girls to walk in my show? I think they would do amazing if they opened up for me. And she's like, yeah. I was like, let me design something that's, classy and cutesy and very appropriate. She said, girl, them girls is grown. You know what you're talking about? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was looking at them like they were
like
babies. I need to put a little bow in their hair and stuff.
And they ate it down. Oh my God. Like, how did it feel just knowing like you went through all of the things that you went through over 10 years and now to have literally this dream fashion show where people are literally coming to celebrate who you are and the importance of your business and your baby. Yeah.
It's an overwhelming feeling. Like, I was backstage, like when I was watching the girls like walk, and I'm seeing the people, I'm peeking through the thing, I'm seeing the people's like reactions. I had a promo video that played that like where I did like a recap of my story, like in a nutshell. Talked about my 10 years in business, like a debrief of it, not too like detailed, but I hit, certain nails. That was my biggest milestones in my business. And like just watching it and watching people's reactions to it, and like the crowd just looked so inspired. And I'm like, yeah, God, that's what you put me on this earth to do.
Wow.
That's what you put me on this earth to do. Like, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so transparent about my journey. I've always been that way. And this is why I don't mind doing things like this. Like, I really do feel like God uses me as an example. And I remember being like, God, I don't want to be your strongest soldier no more. me off the list, please. I done got whooped.
Tag anybody else want to be God's strongest soldier today? Truth is, I'm tired. Okay.
Truth is, I'm tired. And honestly, I'm like the DMs that I get from people when I would talk about my journey and I would say what I've been through. And it's like, I never want people to think that I just went to sleep and woke up and I was just successful and rich and making multiple six figures in a month, like, overnight or something. Like, no. I lost a lot of stuff while I was building this business and I sacrificed. I literally just did not stop. That's the only thing that I did differently. I just did not
kept going.
Stop. Yeah. And I always feel like, I don't know one successful person that hasn't faced trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like the only difference that deciphers like the successful from the not is that the successful people just didn't stop. It's not that we did anything special or God loves us more. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
God loves us all the same. Yeah. And we just didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally the only that's the magic potion is like not stopping, and letting God meet your efforts. Because I think a lot of people allow themselves their current situations to stop them from the pursuit because you're looking at what you have and what you think you need to get to where you're going. If I knew it was going to take all this, I just told you guys I started with the $10,000. Yeah. But you know what? A website is $5,000. Yep. The logo is $1,000. And we ain't even got to the samples and the pattern. Like that 10 piece was gone way early in the career. And God just kept meeting my efforts. I'm talking about things that I just didn't even know. All of a sudden, the IRS, I'm getting a back pay, something I didn't even know that was coming. Next to it's another $3,000 here. Oh, you overpaid in your taxes. I did. Okay, that's another $3,000 that goes into that. I will never forget another time when I was losing my stores. I was like, I had made $500 that day, and I had to make about $900 a day just to pay the rent in that store. So it was one day that I made $500, and my account was already negative. So when it deposited, it ate it up, and I only had $100. I said, you know what? With my $100, I'm going to Starbucks across the street to go get me a hot chocolate, and I'm walking to Bible study up the street from my store with my now $95, and I need to hear a word because at this point I need a miracle. Wow. And I remember hearing the word, feeling moved that I gave my whole $95 to the church. Wow. And I said, God, I need a miracle at this point. I did all I can in the flesh. Like, I just don't even know what to do. And I'm just bawling, crying. I'm like at the pulpit, like crying on my knees. I get up, I go to work the next day. Same old, store is slow as molasses. I'm like about to close. It's like 10 minutes before closing. And this woman just comes in with her man. She's like, please, don't, I traveled here with no suitcase and my new boo thing. Like, I need some clothes. I'm like, okay, come on in. She bought $10,000 worth of stuff.
No.
The very next day. Nobody cannot, when I say nobody cannot tell me that wasn't God, that was my first time making $10,000 in a day. That was my first time. I was like, I'm like literally, I'm showing her all kinds of stuff. I'm like, girl, you need this, you need that, you need that. But I'm like genuinely like dressing her like according to her personal style. She showed me her Instagram, and I'm just like, oh, you're gonna eat in this, you're gonna eat in that. Like my talent really showed through at that time.
Wow.
And she don't even know. Like we still follow each other on Instagram to this day. She don't even know how she saved me financially around that time. Like I'm like, I needed that cash injection at that time. I mean, I still ended up lose the store after that, but that carried me over to the next month. That gave me another month. You know what I'm saying? to figure it out.
That was God literally showing you like his way of sustaining you.
100%. I'm like, that's why I just research what, figure out what for what. What are y'all talking about? God is real. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. Yeah.
That's the post. That
literally,
is it.
That's the post. God has showed up for me too many times in too many ways. When it was beyond like what I can do for myself. Yeah. There's just no way that like it was just beyond. Like I couldn't even give myself that credit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So it was something you said early on about your father, his teaching style reminds you of Bishop T.D. Jakes. Mm-hmm. I remember, this was recently, Sarah wore one of your suits.
She did.
I was like, wait, hold on, let me pause.
And I'm not fangirl over many people, baby, but I
said,
out.
let me find out that Sarah knows what's up. Let me find out she know about the LA Liscay, honey. I said, what?
Yes.
I have to ask you.
Oh my God.
Being the PK girly that you are. Sarah Jakes has entered the chat.
Exactly.
Like, what do we do? Like, oh my Lady Gaga, like, what? She is in LA Liscay?
And I have had so many celebrities wear my brand that I was grateful. Like, thank you. Mm-hmm. When I saw her, I was like, oh, chest about to pop out my thing. Like, she has no clue how much her sermons and her father's sermons got me through entrepreneurship. Wow. It was so much of a moment for me that I had my team draft an email campaign to my whole entire community.
Wow.
Of over 150,000 subscribers to tell them people how a fangirl damn I am that that Sarah has worn my stuff. Now, I know we didn't have some celebrities that stuff, but this it was a full circle moment for me because there were so many different sermons that her husband and TD Jakes has preached that gotten me through some of the hardest times of my career. Yeah. So to see her wear my designs, I was floored. I could not believe my eyes.
I know you was.
And Jay Bolin is her stylist, and that's my boy. Yes. And I was like, thank you for thinking of me. I'm so grateful.
That
was
she's literally... That was the moment. That was
a moment. That was like, and you know what's so crazy is that like, being from LA, you already know we're not impressed with the celebrity thing because we grew up around it. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, the implants got y'all confused, okay? Because people from here, we are not phony. We're raised to be very real and authentic. Yeah. Like you know that word weirdo? Yeah, that's what we say when you're not being authentic and genuine. That's what, like, because we think that's weird when you're not being yourself. Literally. Or when you're not being authentic. Like, it's the implants that come out here with a vendetta of like, I want to get ahead in life. I don't care who I got to cut throat, whatever I got to do to get there. And then they meet each other. And now LA is Hollywood. Yeah. That's really not how we are. Yeah. It's not how we were raised either, you know? And so I'd be happy when celebrities wear my stuff. I've never like fangirled out about it. I feel like my customers are the people that have changed my life. Those are the people that's buying from me, you know.
100%.
You know, no tea, no shade, but celebrities aren't the ones that's like buying. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the people that's coming back for their birthdays and their monumental moments and referring their friends. Like, that's what changed the trajectory of my family's life. That's how I'm able to retire my mom and take care of my dad, you know? So like, I'm grateful for it, but it's just not what changed my life. Yeah. But that lady wearing it, I almost felt, I mean, you would have thought Beyonce or Kim K or something like that. Like, that's how I looked at that. Like, that's literally how I looked at that. And I was so happy. Like, I was in tears. I ain't gonna lie.
You did your big one.
Yeah, I was in tears.
Honestly, I was so happy that Jay Bolin, like, literally, I was like, thank you, Jay. And number two, I'm like, Sarah's the perfect girl for this.
Perfect girl.
Like, literally, I'm like, this is a suit that she literally embodies.
Yeah.
So that was the perfect, like, pairing.
She ate that olive suit right on up. The hair was laid down, the hair color, everything. I mean,
everything was good.
It did what it was supposed to do.
It did what it was supposed to do.
Right. I always tell her too. I'll be DMing her when she be on camera. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to listen to the word, but the hair is
doing what it's supposed to do.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. The look is looking. Maybe the boot is booting. So what was that? Let me rewind it because I missed the word.
I didn't miss what was said because I'm just like, yes, honey, yes. Okay, so let me ask you this. Dream world. If you could design something for Sarah to wear at the Met Gala.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, what would that look like? Like,
oh my God. I don't even know. I would need to do some thorough, deep research to get my inspiration because I would definitely want it to give business, baddie, gown, gala, all in one. Yeah. Like, I would want it to give some type of like blazer, coat, gown, something. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be all in like one. It can't just be a blazer. It can't just be a gown. It got to be like a blazer, gown thing. Like,
yes, I love that. Like, I feel like that'll happen. I really do. I feel like she's the type of woman that would definitely deserves to be in that type of room, number
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And I feel
It's
like
coming
she
for
will
her.
need a statement piece
Yeah.
that only you can design to
Yeah.
put her in that room.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be the perfect, just like,
Yeah, it's like, God, you just
we
keep
here.
on. Yeah. God, you just keep on keeping. Yeah.
So yeah, we are putting that one
Yeah,
out
we put it
there.
out there.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you in advance. Met committee, call me. I'll do the
Right.
corresponding.
Right.
We absolutely love it. So we have to talk about She-Com Club.
Yes.
Because you've dropped so many nuggets and shared transparently about some of the obstacles you face. Obviously, there's so many, like you said, the industry is saturated.
Yeah.
There's so many e-commerce business owners,
Yep.
people that feel inspired. They want to start, but they're overwhelmed by
Yep.
technology.
Yeah.
Tell us more about She-Com Club.
You know, when I first started my business, I had a few friends that was already in the industry.
Yeah.
And I remember just reaching out to one. And I'm like, what's the difference between like an LLC and like a DBA? Like I was starting from there, right? And it was just like, oh, I don't know. I don't remember, my accountant did it, or I don't know. It was always just like, didn't want to really throw a bone. And that friend does not have that brand anymore.
Wow.
And my brand ended up surpassing. And I'm like, we cannot gatekeep. That's not what God put us on this earth to do. You know what I mean? It's
good.
enough money for us all to get. And I'm like, I vowed to myself, like, there's two things that really, really, really motivated me to start She-Com Club. One was that I wanted to be a resource for people to get real information.
Yeah.
Honest information that was not gatekeeping, that I'm not worried about you coming to take my spot or anything like that. I do feel like God blesses us to bless other people.
Yeah.
And I want to be the vessel that people can trust to get honest, real information from. There's a lot of people out here already selling courses, but they're selling you fluff, smoke, and mirrors, stuff that's Google searchable, not real strategy, real experience. And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to start She-Com Club. And the second reason was that when I was struggling building my business, I told God that if he trusted me with success, that my success will make room for others to win. And I'm keeping my word with that. Yeah. So I want to start my community, She-Com Club, a women's e-commerce, no matter the product, whether you are selling hair, skincare, clothes, doesn't matter. If you have a physical product that you're selling online, my strategy works. And so that is why I want to start it. And I want to be able to give people the game. I'm not worried about, I actually want them to exceed me if they can. Like, why not? Yeah. Like that, I would feel so blessed, honestly. Like I would feel so blessed. Like, wow, you actually didn't have to choose fabric over food and walk to the post office every day and lose your weight and go into the hospital. You actually didn't have to go my route. Yeah. I feel blessed to be able to be that vessel for somebody.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said, so many people want to gatekeep nowadays. And it's like, child, life too hard to be out here. Like, just tell me where I can get the good bundles. Because I'm tired of spending my money on the synthetic fibers. Like, just, is it good hair or not?
Right. Exactly. And just pass it on.
What we doing? Like,
come on. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm a real girl's girl. Like a true one.
Yeah.
Like a true girl's girl. Like I was just in the elevator the other day and my nails were red at the time, and there was a young lady and she's like, I just love your nail color. I'm like, oh, I get it off Amazon. I'm like, let me show you. I'm like pulling it up and like holding the door to make sure that she gets it and takes the picture. She's like, girl, thank you. Like people could just like, oh, I get. It's like, because I know how hard it is to get that right red. That right red is serious. Yeah,
like you deserve your time back. Let me just help you out.
You know how many red polishes I went through before I found this one? Why would I make you do that?
Why would I want you to struggle how I struggle? I don't want you to do that. Because God has more. We don't want you to do that.
Literally.
If you could pick your struggle, please don't let it be over red nail polish.
We already all out here trying to figure out business, child.
Like, okay, at least let my nails be looking good.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I love that. I'm super excited about it. I think that's needed. I think that it's not a lot of transparency going on for people that are trying to mentor. Yeah. Like you said, there's a lot of fluff mentorship. Yeah. But I think people are hungry to learn from people that have proven themselves in the industry. Like you have proven yourself. Yeah. Like your track record precedes you, Maxie. Yeah. So it's like, even if I'm unclear on, well, I don't know if I can learn from somebody because I'm not in fashion. It's like Maxie has proven herself.
Right.
The end. Like that's the post. Proven by Maxie.
That's the post.
So I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. And I know you about to kill it with that too.
Oh, thank you. I cannot wait.
You don't have
I'm dropping it in January. I cannot wait. I've been working on it all year. Exactly. I do not have step, which is why I have not launched it yet. I'm like, it needs to be perfect. And it's still not perfect.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I at this point, I just need to launch it because I feel like I don't want to waste another year trying to perfect. That's not how I even got to where I'm at.
Yeah.
I just started.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're going to just start and we're going to perfect along the way. We're going to work through this together. But in the meantime, the girls are going to be getting this money, okay? Ain't no point in we trying to figure out all this other little miscellaneous stuff. Like, listen, we got to get it out there so the girls can get this coin.
The girls need the coin.
The girls need the coin.
The bills are still billing.
Okay? And it's 2026, baby. These men's not cutting them checks like they used to. So we the new
cutters. We the lenders and not the borrowers.
Exactly. Hello. We the new ones with the coin.
We the new ones. I love it. Okay, so I want to play a game with you. I like to play a game with all of my guests. Okay. And so I'm excited to play this game with you. Okay, so this is a group of questions that are very random, but I think they're funny. So I'm going to start by asking you, okay, if you could style any of the following ladies, who would you pick? So your options are Erica Campbell, Megan Ashley, Jackie Hill Perry, Jacqueline Carr, or Leandria Johnson.
I'm terrible. I don't know not one of them people. wait, I'm so bad at names. So maybe if I said I'm some I was hoping at some point the name was gonna click, child.
That was the best moment to date. I absolutely loved it. Oh, I loved it. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. If you could style any of these ladies, okay? Let's say Kiki Wyatt.
Okay.
Fantasia Barrino.
Okay.
Tasha Cobbs. And let me throw in one more. Taylor Swift. Who would you pick?
Wow, that was a wide range.
That was
of
very wide.
styles.
I was like, I had to see my body types in my head. I'm like, hold on, wait.
You know what? I would like to challenge myself because I feel like I would nail all of the initial ones that you said. Taylor Swift would be a challenge for me, tapping into her personal style and elevating it. Yeah. Because it's not necessarily my personal style, so I'll have to really exercise my talent with her. I would choose Taylor Swift.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I could see her in something though. I could see that one cooking. Okay. Who would you rather hear as a guest preacher at a church? Tip, Michelle Obama, or SJR, Sarah Jake Roberts?
You said, who was the last
T.I., Michelle Obama, or Sarah Jakes Roberts? But
now you know that answer. Because I was just about to pick somebody else, but I thought you might have said that third one. Like, I thought you might have said that third
Obviously, we're going to go with.
Exactly, my girl. Sarah, I'm getting up out my bed and coming wherever she is at. Honey, I don't even care what time it is.
It don't matter.
Yes, exactly.
You're there.
I'm there. I'm
She's
in
there.
that thing. Yes.
Okay. Who would you rather sit by in church? DJ Khaled, Rumi Carter, or Kev on Stage?
I only know DJ Khaled out of all three of those.
You don't know? You know Rumi Carter, Beyonce's daughter, the little one.
Oh, the baby. Oh,
baby girl.
I would choose Rumi.
I was going to say, you would choose Rumi.
100%.
Because Rumi is a good time.
She's a vibe. Yeah. She's my mood.
She literally sets the vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're sitting by Rumi.
We're sitting
by Rumi.
100%.
Okay. Who would you rather see in concert?
Now, you know I'm an R&B girly.
I know. Okay. Hold on. Let me think. Okay, let's go. Anita Baker.
Okay.
You got to put some past and some present.
Yeah.
Alex Isley.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Gill.
Mm-hmm.
Or Music Soul Child.
Wow. It would definitely be in between Anita and Music. I would have to roll a coin on that one. I can't believe you ain't say Kelly Price because that's my girl.
I didn't say Kelly. I think because she just got off tour and I'm like, you know, she's one of one.
She is my
so Kelly would trump.
Girly. Yo, she would try. I wouldn't even have. Listen, I would forget about everybody you just listed.
Okay, so it's Kelly Rowland.
No, I'm talking about Kelly Price.
Kelly Price?
Yes.
Kelly Price?
I love her music.
I did not know.
See, I'm out here showing these people that I'm 38.
That only real ones know that Kelly Price is legendary.
Yeah, no, for real.
Like she's 100%. One of one.
One of one.
Like
that Soul of
Bible.
a Woman album, like back to front. I know it from front to back to front.
Kelly Price, we actually need a concert from her. Like 100%.
That's what I said.
Kelly, where you at?
Where are you at, my girl?
Because the people need just a pop out.
Yeah.
Just a quick 1-2.
Just a 1-2.
Okay, Kelly. Yep. We love that. Okay, my last question. Would you rather walk around for offering or pay electronically?
I pay electronically every time, child.
You don't want to walk around and show them what you're wearing? I just feel like it's the fashion show part. Like we want to see what Maxie got on.
Because honestly, I wear sweatsuits to church.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to be decked up.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I ain't trying to show my little aloe sweatsuit, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, big
she
deal,
said,
girl.
Doo-doo.
Right.
And cents,
right.
Noted. Oh my God, Maxie, this is so fun. I could talk to you all day.
Me too.
Because literally you are a girl's girl.
Yeah, we have a similar personality.
Yes, you get it. Thank you for coming on the pod.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Tell the people where they need to stay connected with you, Chad, because you got a lot coming up.
Okay. Well, my personal Instagram is Maxie J Official. My brand Instagram is LA Liscay. And then, of course, please follow me on She-Com Club because I am launching my mentorship program in January.
Listen, y'all, show some love for the legendary, the lovely Maxie J. And until next time. Hey, friends. Thank you for tuning in to the PK Pod, where we highlight incredible PKs who might have a platform, but it may not be the pulpit. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, to stay connected to weekly episodes. We will release it here first. Make sure that you're connected.